Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta for TNV Small Critter Rescue. Last episode, TNV, Cara, and Faris met with Sage Guido, and Sage Guido basically told them that the worlds have merged together, and the worlds were separated to seal the power of the void. Unfortunately, Exdeath made his appearance again. He was still alive. He disguised himself as a splinter in Cara, and he came back and basically said that his plan is to take over the Void and use its power to basically rule the world. So now the Void is opened up above Tycoon Castle and sucked up Tycoon Castle, and unfortunately it took Lena with it. So that's why we're only having 3 party members right now. So, but we're getting a plan here right now. Basically, when the worlds merged, Surgate Castle, where one half of the sealed book was, appeared next to the ancient library, where the other half of the sealed book was. And as you can see right now in the cutscene here, the sealed book is now combined. The halves are combined. And this is going to give us a plan forward. So, when the power of the void returns, the sealed book will speak to the light warriors. And the book begins to speak. The 12 weapons we used in the war against Inu were sealed in the castle of Kuzar. The keys to releasing the seals are the 4 stone tablets. One was the souls of the past, protected by the earth. One is in an island shrine, protected by the wind. One is in a place deeper than the floor of the sea, protected by flame. And last, behind a waterfall, protected by water. So we got 4 kind of elemental dungeons that we got to go through. When the tablets are moved, our servants also revive. The ultimate black and white magic spells, the great dimensional spell, Meteor, the Sea King Leviathan, and the King of Dragons, Bahamut. Hold this book up to the door, and the path to the seal will open. So we're going to have to take this book to 4 different dungeons, and the book will allow us to open up the dungeons and have access to them. And at the end of each of those dungeons, there's something special is going to be unlocked. We'll also get a seal that we can use to take back to Castle Kuzar, and each of the seals will unlock 3 of the legendary weapons. So, even though the void has appeared now, we can't really reach the cleft of dimension where the void was sealed above Tycoon Castle, because 1, we can't fly, and 2, apparently a lot of monsters were sealed in the cleft of dimension along with the void. So, Guido doesn't think that we'll be able to, survive if we try to attack Exdeath right now. So he says, hey, we need to get just like the book said, we need to get the special weapons, the legendary weapons. So we talk with Guido, and he just basically tells us what he just told us earlier, just a repeat. There's also a scholar on the right that will do the same thing too. We're just not going to talk with him. We'll talk with him, but he'll offer to read the book. And he just basically repeats what Sage Guido just said there. So apparently there's a town that was sealed in the cleft of the dimension. That's a special town. We'll find it later. We can go there pretty much as soon as we get an airship. But all the clues that tell you where it is, you don't get until much later on. So I'm going to just wait until we get the clues that tell us where that special town is. That guy's not too hopeful. So we learn a little bit about the Cleft of Dimension. The Cleft of Dimension basically turns out it's the final dungeon, and basically it's a mix mash of a bunch of different areas. There's like a forest, like the Forest of Meow. There's these caves, like the Moogle Cave, where we fought that T-Rex. There's like a rune section, like the Lanka runes, where the Earth Crystal was. So it's kind of a mishmash of all the different types of dungeons. So it's important, if you're going for 100%, to talk with this scholar up here, because he gives you a magic song, and you have to get it basically now, before you complete the first elemental dungeon, which you learned is in the desert to the west. And here we're back at Capital Surgate. Not much to do here, but one thing you do want to do is you want to head back this way, because there's the one man who was beyond the library. He was blocking a chest, and if you want to get 100% treasure, you're going to have to go back here now when the guy isn't there anymore, so we can get the treasure that's hidden. You see a lot of the soldiers are gone. Two worlds have become one, I can't believe it. The building that pitches south, is it true? There's a library? Yep, and all the scholars are there. So just down those stairs is the weapon and armor shop, you don't have to worry about them. To the bottom there's the king's room. If you haven't gotten that speed song yet from there, you might want to get that, but we got that when we first visited Surgate Castle back in Galuf's world. And then we gotta head back down, do this little mini quest, I guess, where we gotta reshelve the books again. Luckily this is the last time we're gonna have to do it. So just grab the books. And we gotta look for the bookshelves, and they're all messed up, so... Not only the books are messed up, but remember the lady said the bookshelves are shuffled around too, so there we go. Finally put that there. 2 more to go. Monsters are looking for the M. Nope. Over this way? Nope. Nope. So yeah, we go from the KL, and then we go to XWY. So it's like, yeah, where's the M at? But we finally find it over here to the right. Nope, that's not it. To the right. There we go. We're gonna place that book. And our last book is The Secret of Wonka. So it's the S. I think we saw that not too long ago. Nope. One away. There we go. The stew shelf. Now we talk with this lady, and she will open the way forward. We've seen her do this before, but like I said, we have to do that little thing to get her to unlock it. We can't just go to where that button is and hit it. You're gonna make it that easy on us. So let's head down this way. And here's the room. Remember there was that guy sitting, he was standing next to that treasure chest? Well, if we go in the back there, in that crate, there is a cabin. There's also going to be another place, Carwin, that had a man blocking a crate. We have to go back there later on. But that'll happen when we finally get an airship. We did see the airship when we were traveling on Bogo. It was to the south of Tool, on like a boat-shaped peninsula. So we're gonna somehow find a way to get to it. We couldn't get to it because it's blocked off by the mountains. So it's a peninsula, I guess. Maybe we'll have to go to the sea. But now, just like in the regular world, TNV's world, to the north of the ancient library is Karnak Castle. Well, not Karnak Castle anymore because it blew up, but the village of Karnak is there. So we're going to head up there, talk to the people there. The main reason we're going up there, not that there's anything really up there important, but we just want to get a full bestiary. So there's a few new monsters in the overworld. The worst one is that Elmsgigas. The problem with the Elmsgigas is it absorbs wind, so any wind attack will heal it. And there's a lot of wind-based attacks based on the terrain, so we won't be able to use terrain in these battles because we run the risk of healing the Elmgigas. And the Elmgigas has a lot of hit points, so it's going to take a long time to take down, and we don't want to run the risk of potentially healing it. That's why I had Faris. She shifted her air lancet to the Guardian knife, because the air lancet is air elemental, and if we attack the Elmsgigas with it, we will just heal it. So we're going to switch the air lancet out to the Guardian knife here, because if we would have kept that, like I said, the air lancet, we would have healed the Elmsgigas. Probably would have done this. Knowing my luck, we probably would have done the sword dance and basically brought it back to the full hit points. The Elmsgigas also flies. You see, he's kind of floating in the air. So you can run into them in the forest or in the plains. The plains is nice when it has the earthquake effect, but earthquake doesn't work on this guy because he's floating. And then the gust and the gale cut are both wind. So basically, half of the attacks on the planes are just going to heal him, the other one's going to miss. So, heal himself, unfortunately. Yeah, if he gets confused there with the Tempting Tango, sometimes he uses that punch, the left straight there, and that takes off a lot of damage to him, but he can also, unfortunately, heal himself with the Arrow 3. Arrow 3 is very, very deadly. It can probably wipe out Cara and Faris with one hit, and do about 1,000 damage to TNV. So, it's a good blue magic spell if you're a blue mage, though. And the blue mage has the Arrow 2, and the Arrow 3 spell. And of course, that can be boosted in power by equipping something like the Air Lancer knife. Get those guys. I'm gonna head up toward Karnak. Get a few more enemies. That desert's no longer there, so we don't know about that Chimera anymore. There's two more new enemies, the Python there, and then the Shadow, that weird-looking bear. And we've got the Sword Dancer, that's lucky, but unfortunately the Elm's Gigas is way back in the back. So I played a little, I played the odds there and used the terrain. I got lucky. That Gust didn't hit the Elm's Gigas, and we didn't do a full, level attack, a full screen attack like the Gale Cutter. And there goes the Shadow, and there's his stats right now. And now we just gotta finish off the Elm's Gigas. Like I said, it stinks because we can't use the terrain. He has no elemental weaknesses, so we can't exploit anything with the magic sword. And we're using a weaker weapon on Faris, because like I said, the Air Lance, our strongest weapon, is Air Elemental, and that would just heal him. Now, if we wanted to, we could have just immediately headed to the west, to the pyramid. But more importantly, to the west of the pyramid is the village of Meow, and that one shed is now unlocked, and we can go there, and you get the choice of the Brave Blade or the Chicken Knife. And of course, you take the Chicken Knife because it's the best knife in the game. The Brave Blade is has stronger power, but if you run from battle, the power will decrease. And a sword, not a lot of our characters can use swords, but everyone can pretty much use knives. And the sword only gets bonus with a character's strength, where knives get attack bonuses based on strength and agility. So the knife, when it's fully powered up, which we can fully power it up by running away from 255 battles. So there's quite a few battles here that I'm running away from, mainly with those Elm's Gigas, because they take so long to defeat. But I'm getting in all these battles because I want to meet this last enemy here, the Tree Man. They are weak to fire, so one hit with the Fire 3 sword will instantly defeat them. I don't have to worry about terrain being used here because these guys, they don't absorb wind, so we're fine even if we get those wind spells. There you go. Earthquake spell, that's good, because then these guys are floating, so you can use the train here. Like I said, you're still gonna avoid it against those the Elm's Gigas. And the treatment falls. And now we can head to Karnak. Like I said, not really much going on in Karnak here, because they didn't expect you to really visit it, because the game doesn't really tell you to come back to Karnak. Because you'll notice that a lot of the dialogue is pretty much still the same. Castles appear next to the Nation Library, okay, but that hasn't changed. The Queen getting better soon, and the Chancellor and the Queen basically all say the same thing. All the guards there, that she's still recovering from back when she was possessed by that dark shadow. She's taking a long time to recover. These guys are still saying the same thing. You figure, you know, they'd be like, the whole world is merged, everything has changed. That's kind of, I think, more important than the Queen, who's been probably sitting there for months, you know. Yes, they have discovered something in the ancient library. The completed sealed book. Unfortunately, if you stepped outside, buddy, you notice that the desert is gone. When we step outside to the big desert later on, with the shifting sandworms, where you had to use the sandworm to cross, we'll notice now that the earth crystal has been destroyed for quite a while. The shifting sands have stopped moving, so we'll be able to actually walk around the entire desert. That's how we're going to get to the first elemental dungeon, the Sand Pyramid. It's kind of like your Earth dungeon. A lot of undead monsters there, so white magic will actually be pretty good. We'll be able to use healing magic or the healing staff to deal damage. We'll also be able to a lot of the enemies that are susceptible to some status effects like the sleep spell. So Morning Star's still a good weapon, but we'll keep the healing staff instead. Because once we, each time you get in one of those tablets, you can do an elemental dungeon and get one of those tablets, you can unlock 3 of the sealed weapons. And the first one of the first ones we're going to unlock is going to be the Sage's Staff, which basically boosts the effectiveness of white magic. So, yeah, once we get that, we're not going to ever really worry about you know, using the Morning Star to attack. Alright, let's head on back to the Ancient Library, and we'll take advantage of that free healing, because in the next episode, we will be heading over to the desert, cross the desert to go to the village Meow, get the chicken knife, and then head into that first elemental dungeon. So we're going to take advantage of the Ancient Library's free healing. You can get affected by quite a few status effects here. The hedgehog enemy uses an ability called Needle, and it can do random status effects. So for right now, actually Cara ended up getting blinded. We saw earlier on that TNV got muted. But that healing pot will recover us all to full hit points, full MP, and remove all the status ailments. So, this will lay you up on this episode. Take care. See you in the next episode where we make our way to the desert. Have a good day. Bye.